What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today in this video we're going to talk about 9 mega cap stocks in this video. But before we get started, please hit that thumbs up button. That is greatly appreciated and that really helps out with YouTube algorithm. And if you want to support the channel and get my daily trade ideas, my swing trade ideas, 3 days of live trading in my Discord, definitely check out the Patreon. I'll leave a link down below in the description. And if you are new to this channel, consider subscribing. And now let's get right into it, guys. So before we get started today, guys, let's have a look at Dow Jones ETF and what's happening, because there is a lot of fear out there and crash videos are coming out again and saying that you're going to get wiped out. And trust me, I've been making YouTube videos for 2 years and I heard that so many times that crash videos are coming. Now in this market, I've been trading for 19 plus years and it happens every time. Market sells off, you buy the dip, you hold, market goes back up. It's nothing new. There is no crash, nothing. And especially people that are calling for 70% retracement on SPY, on S&P 500, that's not happening with the job numbers that we got today. That's a guarantee. That's not happening with those job numbers we got today. Economy is still strong. There is no recession, at least not in my book, with those job numbers today. And looking at this, look at what happened last year. So this is where RSI actually came down to 24. And then what happened? A face ripper. Look at right here, 29, face ripper. Look at right here, close to 29, 30, face ripper. Right here, same thing. Right here, even right here, we got a face ripper all the way up to 55, 56 on the RSI. Now, in last 1 year, we haven't seen Dow Jones coming down, especially the RSI coming down to 24. And it's down here right now. Now, would you be shorting right here? Or you would be buying dip? Ask yourself, because this does not make sense if you're shorting this market right here. Yes, things got a bit deeper. Market actually pulling back more than we thought, but it's still a good opportunity to go long in this market. Market is not going to crash. And I just want to tell you guys that, there are people out there, they live off of those videos because if there is a crash thumbnail, you're not going to click on my thumbnail. Definitely, if you see something really interesting, like something really crazy, people usually like that. So they're going to click on that thumbnail. They're going to watch at least, first 5-10 minutes. Because those videos are long, 1 hour long, some cases even more. So crash, in my book, it's not happening. Market sold off, yes, I can give you that credit. If you're saying that market was going to sell off, yes, market sold off. But also, usually we get sell off around this time. Into October, we get another sell off, a lower low. And then at the end, we see a big rally going into Christmas. So are you going to get those, dips in this market to participate in that rally that is coming in next few months? Or you're going to go short right here and maybe you'll get lucky, make a couple dollars, but that's just not me. I don't like shorting here and I'm not looking to short here, guys. So I'm not going to make a video on stock market today, and that is why I want to give you guys a close-up look here what's happening. Already showed you guys what's happening with Dow Jones, how extremely Dow Jones oversold right now, and same thing here on SPY. But only thing that is really concerning, October lows, this low down here, and now we actually broke this trend line right here. And now it's trading just above 420. Basically, 420 is going to be the key level now here on SPY ETF. And if that gives up, things can really get ugly and we could see a lot more selling. But again, Just because I'm saying that things can get really ugly does not mean that we're going to see a 70% retracement and S&P 500 going down 70% and SPY ETF going down to 250. That's not happening, and that's not what I'm saying here in this video. I mean, we got some gaps down here, so there is a possibility. I mean, this thing also getting extremely oversold. And let's have a look at the RSI here on this daily chart. 28. And when was the last time you saw RSI down to 28? I gotta find it. Okay, right here. That was last year, October lows, the bottom of this market. So, you know, regardless of where the market is going in next few days, I think a counter trend rally, a bounce, that's coming. It could happen anytime. We could be going a little bit lower, and then we could see a big face ripper in this market. And if that happens and you're shorting right here, definitely that's not something you should be doing in this market. Shorting at the lows, that's a bad idea, guys. So, you know, I know a lot of people are actually shorting stuff at the lows. And guess what? When they see a pop in this market, market likes to hurt everyone. Bulls, bears, we all lose money. Nothing goes down in a straight line. Nothing goes up in a straight line. And if you look at it, it's pretty much selling off in a straight line for the last few weeks. And now, at some point, you see a big rally. And you're already short right here. And then you add more. Guess what? You're going to get squeezed out of your position. And that is why you need to, if you're not buying, you don't like to buy the dip, I totally get it. Stay away until you see a trend reversal here on this market. Now, if you're buying and going long, definitely when things are really oversold, that's when you buy it. You don't buy up here when it's overbought. You buy when things are getting oversold and people are telling you crash is here and there is extreme fear out there. That's when you load up the boat and you hold for the long run. And if you can survive the storm, definitely you're going to make money. And I hope that makes sense, so people actually can make money off this big sell-off that we're getting right now. Now on SPY ETF, tomorrow 420 and down here 418, a key level to watch. If those levels are out, you're going to see a dump off, possibly down to 410, and then the gap below 407.27. Now to the upside, we could see SPY coming back up and retesting at least 424 to 425, maybe even 426, 5-day moving average right here, and gets rejected. Then watch out, guys. We could be going down again, possibly down to 418, 420. And if that gives up, like I said, there could be a little bit more sell-off all the way down to 410 to 407. And who knows, maybe even 400, 401 right here. But I don't think RSI down to 24 on Dow Jones, and this one down to 28, 26. I just don't think that's going to happen. A straight waterfall style sell-off all the way down here. I mean, things can happen, but I doubt it. So watch out for this to put down here, 420, 418. And to the upside, now SPY will find resistance right here. This trend line will act as a resistance right here, and that is between 424 and 425. And if we can clear that, then watch out for a move up to even 430 on SPY ETF. And things are going to look even better if we can stay above 424 to 425, holding this trend line. Right now, definitely, it looks really scary, and I get it, but, a lot of the times, market will pull back something like this, cutting under and then going back up and holding the trend line. So that just, to shake out weak hands, and a lot of people will get stopped out. because I know some people bought dip here and they got stopped out today. So that is why we saw that sell off and pretty much making a new low. But I think tomorrow, if we can get a bounce and SPY can close above 424, 425, then definitely we're going to see 430 on SPY ETF. But watch the support for 2418. Those are critical levels to watch going into tomorrow. So on Microsoft, it's down 2.61%. Now look at this support again, not quite getting down to 310.50, but touching it 311.22, going back up, and now it's trading below 316. So on Microsoft, you want to watch 310.50 as a support, and if that gives up, now lower Bollinger Band coming down, and we do have a big bearish engulfing candle, so keep that in mind. Microsoft breaks below 310.50, you're going to see the next stop 306.38 and then 300. To the upside, it needs to get above 316, and only if that happens, you're going to see 320 and then 326, and possibly retesting this trend line right here around 329. On Meta, it's down 1.92%, and Meta again cutting and going under 300, but into closing coming back up and holding 300 as a support. So on Meta, you want to watch this support down here at 300, and if that gives up, Meta is coming down right here to this Bollinger Band, sitting around 294, and then we also have support at 290. To the upside, now Meta needs to break right here 301.68, and above that you're going to see a quick trip all the way up to 305 and then 310. On AMD, it's down 3%, and just when you think that things are actually breaking out, especially on a stock like AMD, we got a bullish engulfing candle, we got some follow through the next day, and look at what happened today. Again, retesting support 100, and it's slightly going under 100, but into closing it's holding 100 right here. So 100 can hold, then watch out for a move back up to 102.27 and then possibly up to 104 to retest this trend line right here on AMD. Now 100 gives up, then watch out for a move. And now, I mean, look at this trend line here on bottom. It's around $94. So below 100, this thing can flush, and then below 94, more downside down to $89. On Nvidia, stock is down 2.82%, and Nvidia again getting a put right here at 450, getting a 450 put, and look at this thing getting down to 432, 100%, but sold for 50%, and that was a good profit on Nvidia today. Now if you look at my screen, it came all the way down to this 20-day moving average right here. White line 438.86, and then it was holding right here. Finally gave up, came all the way down to 434, going slightly under 5-day moving average right here, and then pulling back up and holding 5-day moving average right here as a support 434 to 435 into closing. So tomorrow, guys, Nvidia 435 to 434 right here needs to hold. If not, the next support around 429 to 430. Now to the upside, we have resistance now at 439, and above that you're going to see a move back up to 450 and then 460 on Nvidia stock. On Apple, stock is down 0.78%, and what do we got today? Candle here on Apple stock. We got a doji indecision candle, but look at this, getting down to 170 once again, and in the morning it was actually opening at 172.26, going back up. High for the day 173.63, but again getting rejected from this resistance right here at 173 and coming down, and now it's trading above 171.70, holding 5-day moving average right here as a support. So tomorrow, Apple stock needs to hold 171.70. If not, it's getting down to 170. And look at this lower Bollinger Band actually curling up right here. So if this thing, starts moving higher, definitely that's not going to allow Apple stock to come down anymore. 170 should be a stop right here on Apple stock. Now to the upside, 173 breaks, then the next stop right here to this white line, 20 SMA, 175.35, and then 177. And Apple stock, yesterday was looking really good above 173. Now that we're under, we need to get above 173. If not, we're not going to see this move back up to the upside to fill at least this gap right here at 181. And there could be more chop here on Apple stock, just between, I would say, 170, 168 to 173 before we make any big moves on Apple stock. So Apple definitely, not showing where Apple stock is exactly going. We also got a doji indecision candle here on Apple. So I think in next few days, Apple stock gets a breakdown below 170, then you're going to see more downside, because so far, before it was holding right here, and now it's holding 170. So that should be a strong support. And if that gives up at some point, you're going to see a lot more selling, and especially this gap getting closed on Apple stock. But as of right now, like I said, lower Bollinger Band curling up right here. So if this thing moves even higher and Apple stock breaks above 173, then watch out for a move up to at least 175, 177, and possibly up to even 180. On Amazon, stock is down 3.66%, and Amazon now trading below 126, a big level of support here on Amazon. So below 126, Amazon can come down to 120.68, and then the support down here 118. To the upside, and the only way up here on Amazon, break above 126, hold 126 as a support, and then the next stop right here around 130 to 131 to this gap up here at 135.20. But Amazon, we do not have a bull trend here on this daily chart, and definitely can come down and retest this support down here 118 unless we get that breakout early as tomorrow above 126, and Amazon can hold 126 as a support. On Google, stock is down 1.38%, and if you look at overall market, Google did really well today, holding up and only down not even 1.5%. So if you look at Microsoft and some of the other big names like Nvda, look at this one here, holding strong and holding above 50-day moving average right here, and that is around 133. So 133 now as support on Google stock, because we have 50-day moving average right here sitting at 133, and below that 130, 129. To the upside, Google needs to break 135, and if that happens at some point this week, you're going to see a quick trip all the way up to 137. So Netflix down on the day close to 1%, but there was a news here on Netflix, and I was live trading and this thing popped all the way up to 395, and then it wasn't anything big, it faded, and then what happened? Down to 372.85. Now for the Netflix bulls, I have some good news. Once again, before closing, holding 376. So I don't know what it's going to take to break this support down here, 376. But if that breaks, you're going to see a lot more downside. At least you're going to see this gap getting filled at 341.38. But if this support can hold, we got earnings coming very soon right here. We could see a massive rally on Netflix, and I think as long as we're holding this support 376, Netflix can definitely rally all the way up to 400 to even 406.